Many of you may have heard of a line of products which have sold hundreds of millions of units. I'm talking about the iPod. Now, this I know is not an original. This is like a 6. And what some may find confusing about this is that this was sold alongside the quite revolutionary but also not that revolutionary iPod Touch. This is basically just an iPhone but without the phone. So it's freak. Now, you may be wondering, what? This is a great device. Well, look at this. It's a full touchscreen app store. You can't access it now. Like it doesn't have any new iOS, as you can see. Look at that. Look at those old crusty logos. Yeah. This doesn't get software updates now, as to be expected. It's like 16 years old or something. It's just like there is a lot more of a reason to get this if you are more into music. Like this 8 gigabytes, not like a little amount, but not like huge, humongous amounts either. 8 gigabytes, that like 5 gigabytes can hold like 1,000 songs, right? Yeah, basically that, like 1,600 songs on this, like, yeah. On this, 100 and, I don't know if you can see that, I don't know if you can see I don't think you can. 160 gigabytes. That can hold a lot of music. Oh boy. It can hold like over 10,000 songs, or is my maths incorrect? So basically with this though, it doesn't have a touchscreen. But it still has it has some touch capabilities. And can like play a bunch of music. Yeah. I know how if you have an iPod and it's engraved, that kind of ruins the value. This one is engraved, but this one isn't. The only downside with this one is it's heavily scratched. But other than that, it's fine. It works fine. Now these systems, devices, are quite good. But what one is superior? Now, this is a touchscreen, all that. This is a lot more storage, so a lot more music. One thing I never get though with these is why there's a photo. It's just there's no photos on here. Like, why would people put photos on this? Like, why would people spend time to put photos on this? That's like space where you could probably put I don't know, an album, or if it's an album, it'd probably be 100 photos. I don't know. But videos, I think make more sense. Though they take up a lot of storage. This has a lot of storage. It has I already told you, 160 gigabytes. So it's perfectly fine for videos to be on here. It's just having photos doesn't really make sense, because you can just either have them print out, or by then there's probably digital photo frames and stuff where you could just put in an SD card and it would play a slideshow. And so I think it's better than just putting on for this, photos on this. One thing this is better at, the iPod Touch, for doing is games. It comes bundled in with a game. I'm pretty sure Vortex was bundled in, but when I got it, it also had these iPod Quiz and Klondike. I don't often play these. Vortex is quite fun. It just drains the battery by a bunch because, well, what do you think? iPods were made for music, not for games. Although this probably didn't this probably did inspire like Apple supporting games a lot more and more. I know like Macs may not be the best for games, but like you can still play some games on it. You can play like Resident Evil Village and stuff. And like you could install Steam on a Mac, all that stuff. One thing about this I don't get, there's just like a plastic nub here. It's not an IR sensor for sure. Yeah, because it's just plastic. So what is this made for? Like, what's the point of this? Is it like meant to look like a camera? Because like, I don't think iPod Touches got like cameras until like a few further generations in. Well, one downside to this is there is no hold switch. The only buttons there are is the screen, well, power button, which even this doesn't have. You have to like do some weird button maneuvers. I just let the screen close. Volume, and like the ports, headphones, and like 30-pin. Headphone jack is quite good for this though, because like, let me just go get it. Like, my phone doesn't even. Oh no, wait. Sorry, my phone is using this video. Well, yeah, you see it. You see it there. Yeah, it's a 7. It doesn't have a headphone jack. I'm pretty sure. I don't. Yeah, I don't think I can get it on camera, but it does not have a headphone hole, which really annoys me. But at least Apple released the connectors so you can still use them, which is good because whenever Apple removes something, they ensure that you can still use it. Which, though it's annoying they remove stuff, it's still good that they still let you use them. Yeah, like I'm gonna compare this quickly to another touchscreen device. Came out like a few years later, I think. Yeah, it's really, like, I don't know, like, good. Yeah, I don't know, like a 5S. Like, this introduced a bunch of stuff. It introduced, like, Touch ID, I'm pretty sure. Introduced, like, slow-mo. Like, it introduced so much. But then it just threw all away with the 5C. Unfortunately, though, I don't have one. Maybe I'll get one, like, from the Barras used for, like, a couple pounds or something. Which introduces me, well, you guys, technically, to the next few things I'm going to bring out. This, like, old, chunky Samsung, like, yeah, this is, like, probably their first or, like, second or third smartphone. Or, like, smart device. Like, look at that chunk. It's quite chunk. Let's compare that to one of Apple's first smart devices. Ugh! My God, look at that chunk. Oh my God. Well, Apple do like to make stuff thinner, even if it's worse. But this is good despite it being less superior to this. This was quite cheap. It was £5 including the charger, which is quite good. It was just it was quite manky and a little frayed. It's quite chipped, but other than that, it's fine, honestly. But it doesn't really have a lot of internal storage. It just has like RAM and that's it. Yeah. There's another thing that I've heard is good actually, unlike some other like bootleg like iPods. I'm not saying this is a bootleg iPod. It's kind of a thing of its own. It's just like going against the iPod technically. It's called a Creative Zen. I think it's an MX. Yeah, I have some music on this. It's just it doesn't connect to my Mac because it like the cable I think I was using was like USB 1.0 when I need USB 2.0. As you can see, no music. It will now playing, you know, all tracks, nothing. Nothing is on here. The way I listen to music on this is I browse the memory card thing, and go through my very cringely named thing, and I have a bunch of songs in here. I recorded them, actually, on a Sony IC recorder. Oh, no. Oh dear. This thing, it's a Sony IC recorder. I use Google reverse image searching on my phone. Yeah, I forgot the name. All I know is Sony IC recorder. That's all I know of this. It is a pretty cool little machine, though. I'll put it up. Yeah, there you can see it. Yeah, I deleted all the files from this because why would I need them on here anymore? The best part about this, though, straight USB. But if you don't want this hanging out your computer, and unless you're like a maniac like me, which does this, you can use this thing. It's a USB extender. Which, what's the point of having like a direct USB if you're just gonna make an extender for it? Like, yeah, I get it. Yeah, some people wouldn't want to do this manky thing, but like, if you're trying to like sell the whole point of your product, you may as well not ruin it with like Sorry, I just dropped my phone. So what I was saying is that what's the point of like ruining the whole gimmick of your device where, oh, it's straight USB into your computer, if you're just gonna make like a fugly connector? Like, what's the point? Like, yeah, well, never mind, I'll just ignore it. Like, for some reason, I just have a Nintendo 64 Rumble Pack in reach, but this is a pretty good add-on. It's good for like Star Fox, otherwise known in some like Star Fox 64 in some regions. It's called the Lilac Wars, and I not unfortunately have the Lilac Wars. Yeah, it's pretty much just Star Fox, but they just changed the title. It's the exact same. Alright, I'm getting very off topic. What am I talking about again? iPods and stuff. So, it's quite hard to choose which one is better because they both have their strengths and weaknesses. It's just this has like one or two more weaknesses. Like, one, you're gonna get like finger grease everywhere. This is like lots of storage, really nifty, really nice machine. Not saying this is bad. This is really nice. It still holds like 1,600 songs or whatever, and it's like really thin. And like this low storage probably is because they use flash memory, which was a lot more expensive than hard drives, which is what this is. The thing with this, though, it keeps going beep beep beep. It sounds like some sort of like TIE fighter trying to destroy like some Star Wars area. It sounds like it's like lasers shooting somewhere, and like it just whirs and beeps and stuff. It sounds really weird, and it kind of makes me scared that this thing's gonna blow up. I don't think it's anything, to be honest. It's literally just the hard drive trying to work and spin. Yeah, it's just kind of scary whenever that happens. Well, I don't really have a lot more to talk about, like, in this, like, context about iPods. Like, you saw me, like, talking about Nintendo 64 accessories because we're trying to decipher which one is better. Like, they're kind of the same, just this one is just slightly worse. But it's still good, it's still really good. It's just this one slightly better. This one is probably in better condition, since my dad barely touched it. Oh my god. Found out it was my dad's, oh my god. Like that on the web. Okay. I'm gonna stop this before I tell my life story. Okay, goodbye.